Hello, folks. Got a couple little chess puzzles and positions that I want to talk about today, and these are actually quite interesting. A couple of them are quite interesting. I'll see if I can get this little pointer to work, and it is working fairly good. This position here is a position that you might find yourself in, or a similar position at some times. And you really got to be careful. White or black here is in a winning position if he makes the right moves. He's got a rook and a bishop, whereas white only has a knight there left, and of course the king too. So by all purposes, black should win this game. It's got enough pieces to checkmate white if black makes the right move. But if black makes the wrong move in this position, he can wind up with a stalemate, and that is a draw. And that's something that black needs to be aware of. Now, what black has been trying to do here, it looks like, from the position here, black has been trying to hem the white king in to force the white king down to several squares, and black has done a real good job in doing that. But black needs to be really careful, and it's black's move. If black takes the king and moves it down to this position here where the little pointer is, then white has no place that he can move the king to. So it would wind up being a stalemate. But, however, it would not be a stalemate because black still has the knight that black can move. So if white still has a knight that white can move, so if black does indeed move the king down to this position here, which is actually bishop 8, king bishop 8, then the only thing that white can do is move the knight, because white cannot move his king, because any place that white would move the king would wind up being in the king would be in check. So you can't move the king in a position where you're going to be in check. So if black does move down to bishop 8 here, then white has to move the knight, and white can move the knight out here to bishop 7, or out here to knight 6. In any case, white would be able to capture the knight, or black would be able to capture the knight. However, if white does move the knight out to bishop 7 here, and black captures it with the queen, then you wound up with a stalemate situation, because white has no place that he can move the king. without moving the king into check. So this is a position that you really need to watch for, because even though you're ahead and you're winning, and you're going to win the game if you play the game properly, you can get in a situation here where if you make the wrong move, you can wind up with a stalemate, which is the same as a draw. So you don't get ahead by getting a draw. So the thing about it is you want to be careful not to make moves that is going to allow the other person, to wind up with a stalemate. So I've said enough about that particular position on the board. So let me move to another one here that I've got saved. And this one here is white is to move. And it's a forced checkmate in 2 moves. Basically, what white has to do is take and move the knight down to queen knight 3. So move the knight down here to queen knight 3. This knight down to here. That will put the black king in discovered check. Now, then what would have to happen, since the piece that's putting the black king in check, which would be the queen, can't be captured, and the king can't move any place, the only possible thing that black can do is take this knight and put it down to queen 5, is this position here. And then queen can capture the knight, and then you have checkmate. So that's a forced checkmate in 2 moves. That's an interesting position. What you got to do in chess is basically what you want to do is take and try to look as many moves ahead as you possibly can. And if you do that, you can find positions where you'll have forced checkmate in 3 moves, or forced checkmate in 4 moves, forced checkmate in 5 moves, or even 6 moves. And people that play a lot of chess, I mean the masters, super intelligent players that played a lot of chess and have a lot of experience, they can look, they can get forced checkmate in 5 and 6 moves ahead. But it really, you have to be really, really, really good in order to be able to do that. But this is like a forced checkmate in 2 moves. And once again, the moves are, you move this knight here, where I've got the little pointer on. You move that to this position. That's discovered check, because the queen is checking the black king. And then the only thing black can do is move his knight here to this position here. That would be queen 4. Well, it would actually be queen 5 for black. And then white can capture the knight with the queen, and that'll be checkmate. So that's a forced checkmate in 2 moves. So that's an interesting position. Let me go on to the next puzzle here. I've got actually 5 of these that I'm going to talk about. The next one is white is to move, and there is a potential here for a knight fork. white, black has got white in a position here where white has to capture the, well, white does not have to capture the bishop. White can actually move up to king 2. White can move his king up to king 2. Does not have to capture that, the bishop. But if white does capture the bishop, then black can move his queen out to here, put the king in check. White can then move move his king down here to knight 1, and this is a then you'll have a potential here for a knight fork, where the white knight can capture this pawn here, but the queen right now is guarding it. So if black moves that queen off somewhere out here, then you've got the potential for the knight fork there, enabling white to use a knight fork and capture the rook. Now, as it is, if white goes ahead and captures this bishop, then black is going to be down a piece. So the problem is this is a pretty good position for black to be in, but the bottom line, he's going to lose a piece here. And if white plays the game carefully and correctly, then white can actually wind up winning this game, because white, by capturing that black bishop, is going to be a piece ahead. So anyway, that's the end of that little puzzle there. And once again, that is a potential for a knight fork if the knight moves to this position here, providing, of course, the queen moves out of there, which very well may happen if black captures that bishop. I mean, if white captures that black bishop, then black may very well bring the queen out to check the king. But then white can easily get out of that by moving the king down to this position here. So that's an interesting puzzle there also. Let me go on to the next one and talk about it a little bit. I've only got like 2 more to go here. And let me run through this one real quick. And white is to move, and it's made in one move. Basically, no, this is white is to move and win the queen. And basically, this is actually the last one that I have. I thought I had another one, but I don't. So basically what happens is white needs to move this knight to this position here, which is queen 3. I'm sorry, king 3. So white moves the knight to king 3, and that puts the queen there in check. But it's also discovered check for the king. So even if black interposes with the queen or with the knight, it doesn't make any difference. White can still take and win the queen, and therefore, if he plays carefully and so forth, can go ahead and win the game, because he's going to be quite a ways ahead. But anyway, that's it for this bout of chess puzzles. So I'm going to go ahead and post this, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you do, please subscribe. Thanks a lot. You folks have a nice day.